Welcome to the Biracial Brothers Podcast. I'm your co-host, Kris Davis. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss new episodes. Also, be sure to hit us up on Instagram and Facebook. Plus, there are some listener support links in the descriptions if you'd like to donate to the podcast. So we just hit like 59, 60-ish subscribers as of this recording. So we really appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
If you haven't yet, go and hit that like button, man, or that subscribe button, because we're really having a good time on this podcast. We're trying to give you guys value, and obviously that helps us grow. So like us, tell your friends about it, all that good stuff.
Yes, please.
But with the paperwork out of the way, this is my A1, Day One, Lee Davis.
How is it?
Pretty good. And this is one of my favorite people of all time, the dude Boo. What's up?
What's going on, boss? How you doing?
How it is, how it ain't.
How it gonna be?
All right, so
now,
let's hop
hold
in.
on. Yeah, I'm going to interject here. I was asked a question.
Uh-oh.
What do we think men could do to be better in their relationships, as far as how they act, how they, talk to the women, communicate, what are some, and I think, just jumping off here.
Hold that thought 1 second. If you guys would please leave comments, any type of topic, any type of thing that you would want us to talk about or touch on, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the comments, and we'll pick out the best ones and run with. So we're open for topic suggestions, just throwing that out there. All right, now go ahead.
Now, I think something that men need to do better is communicate with your woman.
Yes.
You need to talk to her. Just because she's ranting and raving, that's not just ranting and raving. She's trying to help you.
Yeah, just because she's bitching don't mean she's bitching at you.
If you put your pride aside and actually take in what she's telling you, believe me, that's the one person that should be there, that you should listen to their critique, and tell her how you're feeling. A lot of dudes bottle up how they feel inside, and they just try to keep it all to themselves. Well, she won't understand because this, and this. Well, she ain't never going to understand if you don't tell her.
Yeah,
right.
I literally have to tattoo "Pride goes before destruction" on my arm.
Yeah.
So. And that's something, I think something too, man, that if women, because we're dudes, we're rough and tumble and all that shit, if we need to be reaffirmed that you love us, you know what I'm saying? We need to know how much you care and how much, and I'm not saying you wake up and bow at the niggas' feet and shit like that, but
I mean, I appreciate it.
yeah, that'd be cool, but
I'll take it.
But I mean, a simple "I love you" as opposed to "nigga, you taking the trash out yet?" or whatever. But see, men take the damn trash out without her asking.
Yeah, use constructive.
Yeah,
Help your future
use
self.
the we's, not me's, right? So don't point the finger like, oh, you never do this. Where you can say, I would like it better if you did this. Goes a lot farther.
Well, we need to work on.
We need
A,
to
B,
work
and C.
exactly. I think that's a really good point. Open communication, and don't just wait for the other person to say, oh, what they're really feeling, because sometimes they might not. Sometimes they're frustrated, but I feel like the more you're with your partner, the more you're going to be able to pick up on their something's not, my spidey senses are going off here, like something's not right here. So I really think that's a good point. How do you think? So would you sit down? Like, would you just kind of take note and then wait for an opportune time to speak up, or would you rather, like, in the moment, like, all right, let's just nip this in the bud right now, wherever you are, like out in the street? You know what I'm saying?
I'm the type of person where if I feel it, I'm probably gonna say what it is I'm feeling.
Because a lot of people do, I feel like, just hold on to.
Yeah, they wait for the moment to come, and then you try to unload a whole truckload of shit at somebody's doorstep, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like you
building
felt,
up.
Yeah,
like if you do it in the moment, and it's just like if you started off with, "Hey, babe, I feel like blase, XYZ," that right there would diffuse the whole situation, because assumptions are like definites.
Right.
You're doing this and you're doing that.
Yeah, you can't be.
I feel like because you do this, this is why.
This is
You see what I'm saying? Like that right there helps diffuse the situation. It helps the communicative side too. So.
Yeah, I just feel like if you pick your spots and you give your partner an opportunity to, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, my thing too, man, is you got to leave space for your partner to explain. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be open minded when they're talking. You can't be like, oh, I knew you was gonna say that shit or something like that. It's like, well, if that's what they said, and now also it is important that everybody speaks what the hell they think.
Yes.
Right.
Don't say what you want the other person that you think they need to hear or want to hear.
Or their thoughts are more important than your thoughts.
Be true to yourself, because otherwise your needs aren't being met, and then you're not going to be the best partner you can be.
No.
It's like know your self-worth so everybody else can know how to treat you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you allow yourself to be treated any type of way, don't be surprised when you're treated any type of way.
Yeah, because you ain't holding them no standards or nothing, so they're just gonna, just run you over and do all kind of other shit.
Yeah, I feel like for men, and I know I may have said this in Love is a Battlefield, is that men need respect, right, in order to feel like a man, right? So if you're going just half-cocked on your guy, you're not going to go as far as if you say, hey,
build him up.
Yeah, build him up. Now, that don't mean just let him get away with shit.
No.
Like, there's a right way and a wrong way to communicate that he's fucking up. It's going to be more, for me, I'm going to be more apt to, I'm a pleaser, right? So I want people to like me. I like to be liked. Not everybody's like that. Some people don't give a shit, but I do.
Well, when it comes to your relationship, you got to give a shit. I mean, if you don't give a shit,
if it's your
you
woman,
shouldn't be.
Or if it's your man,
but
you
I'm just
have
saying,
to
like,
care.
in general, like, if
pleaser.
my manager, you know what I'm saying? If my manager doesn't need to sit and berate me in front of, like, that's going to make me go inside of myself and be like, well, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether I say it or not.
You done closed off.
I closed down, and it's not a great way of going about it. But if my manager says, hey, like my boss now and in the one before, they're like, how about we work on this? I'm going to take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Constructive criticism. Yeah,
like my boss, I've run some reports right now, and he asked me, he was like, hey, are you still doing this? And I'm like, yeah, you told me to. So until you tell me not to, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's coming at me at the right way, not, I told you to do this, you're not doing it, where's the numbers, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not a good way to get Kris to react.
No, because you're just going to close down and just be like, man, fuck it, man. I don't want to,
It's just like me personally, like, I don't care. You can say whatever it is you have to say to me. I don't give a fuck what you got to say to me. Just don't yell at me. Like, you can tell me my mama's stupid, fuck you, fuck this, all that other stuff. But as long as you're talking to me, I'll give you the chance to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because you probably have a point.
Yeah.
Unless you're, like, off balance.
And that's the thing I learned a long time ago is, like, listen to understand. Don't listen to respond.
Yeah, you can't be listening with them. You already got what you're trying to lock and load to throw back at them. You ain't even heard what they said, You can't. That's the art of communication.
And I feel like this podcast will help all of us do better at that.
It really has helped me in my own personal relationship.
Just because in order to listen, like in order to have an engaging conversation, I have to listen to what you're saying.
I have to shut up for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it does help.
I mean, man,
therapeutic.
That's what, that's kind of the whole deal with all this is, man. It's been therapy for us. It's been, what I'm saying, we hope to make y'all laugh. We get to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learned something from it, And I mean, even with us just sitting here amongst ourselves talking, there's stuff that I take away from this that's like, you know what? That's a great point. That's,
It's a nugget.
Yeah, man.
It's a nugget.
You said pearls, man.
Giving your pearls.
Well, I think and also too, I think just in humans as we're going, we're becoming lazier, and you know what I'm saying? Like the motivation to do stuff is like, you know, we all, you know, end up taking your person for granted because they're there, and you know what I'm saying? Well, she'll always be there. No, they won't always be there.
No, they won't.
You have to do the same thing that got that person to keep that person.
Yeah, you have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
This is one thing I learned the hard way from experience. So, as far as taking your partner for granted, my ex, we were sitting watching Entourage one day, and I said, "Babe, I love you," and she said, "I love you too," and then 20 minutes later, I was single. Dude, you talking about a punch in the balls, dude? Like,
yeah.
This girl was like,
Can't
at that
be
point,
content.
she's the best girlfriend. In my mind, like, I think we're crushing it. You know what I'm saying? We're doing all the things. And I was obviously doing something wrong.
Do you know what you was doing wrong?
I think it was because back then, I wasn't as open-minded spiritually as I am now. And I was like, oh, Jesus is the only way, which I do believe, you know, Christ is my savior.
Yeah.
But I was so hardcore about it, about my religious views, and closed mind as far as any other views. I wasn't willing to open and learn. And now what's funny is where I'm at now, I basically have her views then because my thinking has evolved on certain subjects as far as like spirituality and like how the universe works, you know, these esoteric laws that chakras and all this stuff that I actually really do believe in. To where at that point though, I was so hardcore, and I can damn near pinpoint the conversation to where she was probably like, "This isn't going to work because he's not open minded enough."
Yeah, he's not listening to me at all.
And
he's too stubborn to change.
I was too stubborn because I mean, I'm an Aquarius, right? So I know you're a Scorpio, Lee, you're a Capricorn.
Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius. I believe in signs to like zodiac signs to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And so part of my sign is I'm a fixed sign. So once I make my mind up on something as it being true,
that's it.
Really hard to move me off that spot. Like you have to come with some hardcore like facts.
Proof. I want to see the video.
I need to see some hardcore facts, which is, you know, can be good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
because I'm open-minded, but once I get my opinion, I'm locked into it.
Yeah.
Because I don't just accept
things
you're
going to have to, you got to give me something.
Yeah, which is kind of counterintuitive because I'm like, I believe in signs and I believe in, you know, chakras and I believe in, but there's a method to my madness because I've done thought experiments that prove to myself, okay, this is why I believe that. Like when I tell you about chakras, it's because I've meditated and I can feel the energy moving up. Like I've experienced it. When I tell you that I believe in God, it's because I had an experience when I was driving down the road. I had a still feeling, a thought in my mind to say, hey, give that lady a ride. I picked her up. And she said, oh, thank you so much. I was praying to God that somebody would give me a ride because there's a dog over here that can jump this fence and I have my baby with me.
Oof, there you go.
When I tell you that I believe certain things for a certain reason, it's not because I'm just faithful as a child, a childlike faith. Like there's a part of it, but also I believe things for a reason. So in a relationship, I need you to give me facts. I need you to tell me why you're. And now sometimes it may just because, especially as far as a male-female relationship, like me and Brittany, her just believing it, her feeling is a good enough reason.
Yeah. 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 Well, you validate her by acknowledging what she feels and what, you know what I'm saying? Somebody always, you know, if I'm always trying to tell you something and every moment you shut it down, eventually I'm just going to quit telling you what I feel, what I think.
Yeah.
That's just not right. It's not good enough.
I mean, I'm in my relationship, man. I've had a few, but the main one that I had is me and her were a certain way. And then I changed how I was dealing with her. Like I changed me and I didn't realize that I changed me. And then that made her, she felt put off. Well, then she, you know, gives up and, you know, goes out and finds another and all that stuff, man. And then it's just, you get to the point where then we're not communicating. Then once you quit talking, it's done, man. There's nothing left to do. You're never going to fix a problem if you're not even willing to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to wake up one day and be like, oh, we're better. No, you're not. I mean, you're lying.
Yeah, because as soon as you think you're better, she's got it in her back pocket. Like she's going to throw it on you when you're least expecting. Well,
that, and once she's done talking about it, she's done talking about it. Like, it's.
Yeah, I said what I had to say. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my biggest issue, because for those of y'all who don't know, like, I have been divorced and I got remarried.
To the same woman.
To the same woman, to Star, yes. And, like, the biggest problem we had while we got divorced is I'm a Scorpio, one, so that comes to being a lot of things. But it's like, when something was going on with me mentally, that's where it stayed in my head. Like, I can figure it out. I got it. And
so like, it would just spin in your brain. You would just spin and spin and spin and spin.
I'm literally going 100 miles an hour in mud. You know what I mean? So I'm just...
You're trying to figure it out.
And I'm literally
and she's
shitting on everything around me. Everything around me is getting splattered in mud and dirt and everything. And it's like, I'm thinking I'm good. I'm cool. I figured it out. But I'm literally...
You fix one problem, but
I'm pushing everybody else away from me. You know what I mean? It's like, where she's such a ride or die. It's like, all you got to do is just talk to her. And no matter what it is, like, if you just speak to her, it's cool. She'll help you figure it out. Her opinion is probably the right one. 9 times out of 10, her opinion is the right one. So, even with that, it's like, I got past that to where, all right, well, I'll listen to her. But I'm listening to her, but your opinion's not right. You know what I mean? It's like, before I wouldn't listen to her at all. It's, no, I got it. Right. Now it's like, I'm listening to you, but you're wrong. Where now it's like, you're right. And life
it doesn't even
so
have to
better.
be. It doesn't have to be even that, okay, you're right. It could be just as, okay, I'm willing to entertain the idea that you're right.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. Like, you don't want to just accept anything, even from your wife, even from yourself. I would say, like, test everything.
Put it on a scale. Weigh it out.
Test it, dude. Because you don't, like, we all like to think that we're smarter than we are, right?
Yes.
I got this. I can do this.
I think I'm Superman.
You think you're Superman, but you're fooling yourself. I think that's really what's wrong with the world now, is that nobody has, because we're such a microwave society that we have to have everything right now. We don't actually take the time to think. We don't take those thought experiments to test things out. Well, maybe this, or then to go to a mentor who's already been there to say, hey, what do you think about this problem? Is this something that I need to deal with? Or how would you handle this situation?
Well, that's another thing, too, is where most people, they're so prideful that I'm not even going to ask, because I don't want you to think less of me because I'm having this problem or I'm thinking about this or that. You know, I think the wise man's going to ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, the fool is the one that already, I know it. I know everything. I know, you don't know shit.
You don't know shit.
Here's a question. Like, I say if you and your lady's having issues, all right, and y'all just can't figure it out, and you go to somebody for advice, is it better to go to somebody y'all both know, one of your friends, one of her friends, or somebody that ain't got no ties to either one of you?
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to ask a few and take a general consensus. I mean, because if you just go to one of her friends, then
she's going to take her side.
Yeah.
Very possibly.
You know, but also you got to value the opinion of these people that you're asking. You know, if you just ask Joe Blow at Kroger's, hey, man, you know.
That's a key. I think that's a really key point you just touched on there, is that who are you listening to? You need to have a set, I heard somebody say my counsel. Who is my counsel? Who am I actually going to trust? Because everybody's going to give you opinions. Like with this podcast, some people's opinions I value more than others. But if somebody who I know, who has a track record in my life of success, like who has what I want, or maybe not in the podcast as much, but like just in life, what are you, like, if
we're just steering you in the right way.
So say if somebody with 1 million subscribers tells me something about the podcast, I'm going to be more apt to listen to them than somebody who doesn't have a podcast at all, who just thinks that this might work.
Yeah.
Somebody who is who has a 40-year marriage, versus somebody who hasn't even had a relationship. Like, why am I even going to
Been
listen?
divorced 3 times,
Yeah, who's just like a serial fucking, philanderer who cheats on, who can't stay loyal to one woman.
Yes.
Like, why am I going to take that advice?
Well, and also too, you got to think also that, okay, if you go talk to one of her friends or your friends, you also got to know that what if her friend doesn't never liked you anyway?
Mm-hmm.
So what she, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give you anything to help you.
Yeah, I'm not throwing my pearls before swine.
So I'm going to, if anything, I'm going to hand you this stick of dynamite and say, take this back to her. Boom,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
They're probably going to be jealous of your situation anyway.
Yeah.
See, never underestimate the sneakiness of people.
Yeah, man.
People, you'll be surprised. This is a great quote. You'll be really surprised who's jealous of your regular ass life.
Yeah. I ain't got no idea what you really just go through. But they be
just
like,
hate.
Dang, I wish I had that. I wish,
that's funny. It kind of ties in. So a couple of days ago, I was looking. So we're doing really good on the podcast, right? We've had nothing but thumbs up.
Yes.
But the other day, somebody, I think it was last week or something, on the analytics, I was watching, and we had this huge spike of watch time, and then somebody went and thumbs down like 4 or 5 videos. So that means they took the time to watch 4 or 5 videos and then thumbs down every one of them.
God bless you.
Thank you.
That just means really that we're doing something right, because that's a hater. Like,
if you really went out your way to try to throw salt on it.
And I was so befuddled. I was talking to Brittany like, why wouldn't you just watch one video and then thumbs down it and move on? But somebody really watched a lot of our videos and then thumbs down it. Like,
that's how people be,
and
bro.
you know what?
And don't be surprised.
As long as you liked and subscribed, thumb down all day long.
Just subscribe, and then we can talk about it. We'll turn you on to our way of thinking.
Yeah, give us that one thumbs up. You can give us all the thumbs down you need.
But I mean, you're gonna have that.
Yeah. So, and I feel like the higher you go in life, and this is something I go to Mount Zion, and Bishop Walker always says, the higher you go up in some new levels, new devils.
Yeah.
Yep, I believe that.
So the higher you go into something, don't be surprised when you have a new hater or you have somebody. Yeah. So be careful. That's why I say you need to have a counsel on who you actually let into your relationship. So, because if you go take the general consensus of a vote of everybody you run into about your problem, you're going to get probably some not great advice. And it's going to be more harmful than helpful.
They don't value what you have to begin with, so, I don't care.
They don't care, yeah.
They're not invested in it.
Exactly. Yeah. And hell, they're probably, it's like a thing with celebrities in America. Like, they can't wait to tear you down. You know what I'm saying? They build you up to tear you down. Yeah. Maybe, some people are lucky enough to be built back up again, but most aren't. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be really careful. That's why you
have to value, you know what I'm saying? You have to have your own values that you're holding yourself to. That, you can voice your opinion, but at the end of the day, I know me. So, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm trying to do. I know what. So if you just trash and whatever, it's like, okay, I appreciate.
Cool. It's kind of like, what do you answer to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I can call you a dirtbag, I can call you a bitch or anything, but what do you answer to?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like, all right, I appreciate you. You went out your way to talk to me. But
thank you for your time, but
I don't really care about your opinion.
I'm actually not going to listen to you moving forward.
Yeah, don't feel it necessary to come speak to me again about it, but I appreciate the effort that you just put into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like I said, you'd be surprised who just go out of their way to just tear you down. Like, I know for me, man, I love to see people do good.
Yeah.
That's because, like, that's in my life, karma-wise, I'm good with whatever, because I know I'm not going out trying to firebomb anybody.
I know the effort that I'm putting into this.
I want to see everybody
win.
To
screw people over.
I want to see everybody win, man. So this is another great point that Bishop Walker made, and I'd love to get to the point where he comes on, but I don't even know if Bishop is going to come on. We're so hardcore. But I listen enough where I can take his words and spin them. So this is a great thing. Or a great analogy. It's like waiting at a restaurant. Yeah. So you're waiting for your food. It's like you're waiting on your blessing, right? Yeah. So you see somebody else's food comes Are you going to get mad because their food comes? Or are you going to be super happy that the cook's in there cooking?
Yeah. That makes plenty of sense, man.
Don't be mad when somebody else has a blessing. Don't be mad when somebody else has a upgrade in their life. Be super thankful that God is working.
Yeah, that you know yours is coming.
He's coming.
At least you know yours is coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, that Bishop got bars today. Like, honestly,
he's got bars.
Yeah, he's got bars. There's a reason. He took that church from 700 or like 70 members or something like that to now it's over 25,000. Like, he's anointed and the man can preach. But anyway, going back to relationships, you got to be really careful, like I say, who you're taking advice from, because not everybody has your best interest in heart.
No, but like we also said too, man, you have to be open-minded. Listen to me, the person that you're laying down next to at night, that should be your number one fan, the one that wants to see you succeed. And you already know whether they are that or not. A lot of people are laying next to people at night that they don't even know.
They're waiting for them to fuck up one more time. So
not even that. They already know in their heart that this ain't the one for me.
Yeah, they've already checked out.
Yeah, this ain't the one for me, man. He doesn't treat me right. She doesn't treat me right. You know what I'm saying?
There's a stranger in my bed.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be lonely. A lot of people, man, I'd rather be with the wrong one than be lonely.
Oh man, you just hit on a family nerve.
Yeah, and I would rather be alone than have the wrong one, because mine's coming to me. I know that. But I mean, you don't have to settle with the first thing that comes across your way.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You're wasting your blessings when you do that. You know what I'm saying? How do you know that the next one behind that one wasn't the one that you needed? You know what I'm saying? Because you hurried into this.
Yeah, you know, like, how do you know this one's not getting you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck, Chuck, out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who he dated getting married. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that are beside a stranger, that are beside their biggest hater. You know what I'm saying? You come home from work and tell your love that, I had a hard day at work, and every time they always tell you about how harder their day was. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even listening to me, man.
One up bitching.
How as a man can you realize that your lady's emotionally checked out?
Oh, the signs are there.
The signs are there, yeah.
Once she's not even, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just going through the motions. She ain't even, she's not even telling you what she feels anymore. She don't get pissed off. She don't get happy.
She quits telling you about her day and quits asking about yours.
Yeah.
She quits wanting to do things with you. I know for me, my last relationship, she just shut down, dude. Like, you were staying with us at that one point, and you could tell, like, the milk's gone sour. Like, this is not good.
You kind of see it draining. Whatever.
My thing with that one was, man, I didn't think, but I think that's one of those deals where this one prepared you. That one prepared you for this one.
Absolutely.
Because Brittany's a million times more than what she was.
Just everything, and I'm not taking anything bad against this person.
No, not at all.
She
was a good person.
Did you learn what you had to learn?
Absolutely.
Well, then there you go.
I learned how to fight fair.
Yeah.
I learned how to not, because she was so emotional. Like, she had like a medical condition to where she would just get so angry on the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
To where now Brittany, on her worst day, I'm like, oh, that's nothing. Like, let's just talk it out, babe. Like, what are we doing here? Because it's so apples and oranges, like day and night, on the level of her emotional maturity and her emotional, like, stability. It's just night and day. So you're absolutely right. Like, don't ever. That's why I would highly recommend, if you're thinking about, is this the one or is it, let it go.
Yeah,
if you have to question
it,
if
you have to question it, dude, let it go. Let it go. Like, I was honestly ready to marry that girl, and I'm happy that I said, okay, I'm giving you until X date and to fuck up. I'm giving you till X date to make a mistake, and then it was when I was about to graduate college. Okay. Like, if we're still going strong when I graduate college, I'll propose. And in that window, we broke up.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And then, and with me, myself, man, like, the relationship I had before I got married, man, like, we were arguing one morning, man, and I was like, so this is what you want. You want this to end. She's like, yes. I said, all right, I'm going to ask you one more time. Is this what you want? Yes, that's what I want. All right, then. And,
and that's hard to do.
Yeah, and that one right there prepared me to be married. Now, I have never really been around many people that show you how to be married. So that evolved the way it did. But being on the outside looking in of that now, I know where I went wrong in that marriage. I know what I should have done, and I know what this person should have done. And it would still be going strong now. But everything happens for its own reason, man.
Yeah.
So
it's really hard to say everything happens for a reason when you're in it.
Yeah.
But once
it's
you're
like, why?
Yeah. It's like, man, what the hell? Like,
but hindsight being 2020, you go back and look at it.
Well,
like,
if you're able to
Absolutely.
look back on what you did wrong, and I mean, if everybody who comes to me, man, and they're like, well, man, that person just did this and that person did that, but they never tell you what they did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you telling me what the problem was.
It's like the old thing. One finger pointed out, you got four pointed back at you.
Man.
It's
like, all right.
There's no way two people have something to do with this that it was all one person. That's impossible.
Yeah.
There's just no way. And that's why I say, man, everything has its timing too. Like right now, I wouldn't mind a relationship. That would be great because I enjoy a relationship, man. It's a great thing when you got the right one.
Yeah,
but at the same time, right now, if I between the work, this and the kids, if somebody comes in between any of those things, you have to help push this along, man. I can't take the time to take away from my kids or take away from my job and give you this energy and not get something back from it. You know what I'm saying? I
gotta help you, not distract you.
Yeah, I mean, man, I need somebody that's going to help build something. If you ain't building anything, you're bored, and you're gonna have to go be bored or find something to fill your time other than me.
You have to go somewhere else.
I don't want. Yeah. I'm not looking because I got plenty of stuff to do.
You know
what I'm saying?
Too much stuff
I got
to do.
plenty of things to do, man. Love is supposed to,
add to you.
Yeah,
you need to be adding.
Love is an amazing thing when you're in love with the right person, man. Like,
Yeah.
and you know that you're in love with something. Like, you don't question shit, man. No, that doesn't mean it's perfect. That doesn't mean that y'all don't ever have disagreements. Of course, you're never going to be with another grown human being and get along all the time. That's impossible.
I think one thing is I think one thing is you have to be about something. So God said be fruitful and multiply. Mm-hmm. But 1,000,000 times 0 is 0.
Yeah.
Still 0.
So you got to bring something to the table. Like if you're just sitting around bored, you're looking for somebody's life to ruin.
Well,
you're sitting around doing nothing.
I've been in a lot of relationships where I know what I'm giving that person, and I know what I'm getting back. And, man, that person is winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person is – I'm going out of my way for her, man.
I'm losing.
But I ain't catching shit back. And it's like, what are you doing this for?
Yeah. Be
like,
fruitful and
what
multiply,
are you doing?
You got to – 1,000,000 times nothing is 0.
Yeah,
so.
and I don't need somebody to do anything for me. I got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I know how to wash my own clothes. I know how to cook my own food. I know how to do all this. I know how to take care of my own children. So my thing is that I don't need you to, come help me be anything other than just be more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be greater than I am.
All right, so that's a great spot to start. We're at 33 minutes, man. Another really good discussion, man.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. So, guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. If you would, go ahead and hit those user support links. We would always wanting to level up the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. But as always, guys, be what?
Be mixed.
All right, bye.